Yo, so this is ATL, and just wanted to make a quick follow-up video to the Wish of the Mac Pro B 2018 B, and just kind of wanted to give you guys a run through of all my machines. I call it the Mac Pro Armada. So back in the day when I was doing a lot of heavy video editing and just audio recording and producing and stuff like that, I had a lot of these machines running at the same time. So they're not all in use right now. Really, I'm only using the one that's in the desk right now. Really, it's just my wife's computer. I'm in the office right now, and it's really just my wife's computer. She uses it. I still use it every once in a while. You see, it's still got the Firebox hooked up to it. Yeah, that's really its main use right now. It's running Mac OS 10.11, and it's really the only one in use right now. I'm probably going to start giving them away to some friends and to some family, probably to my church or something like that. So that's what's going to happen. But I'm just going to give you a brief run through of all the machines and what I have used them for, what I'm using them for now, and what I think their use for is in 2017. So all the way to the right is the 3.1. That's the Mac Pro 3.1. It's the newest one that I have. It's the dual quad core, total 8 cores. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. It's got a Quadro 2000 in it right now. It's a really good machine. It's running 11.6. So actually, Apple just dropped the obsolete hammer on that machine. And yeah, to me, this machine is probably the best model Mac Pro because it was still very easily upgradable. All of the machine motherboards had dual sockets in them, and even if it only came with one CPU, you could drop another one in. The newer ones, the 4.1 and the 5.1, have that CPU sled in them, and basically they're very difficult to upgrade. They kind of require a lot more thought, precision. Some of them only have the single CPU sled. So if you wanted to go dual CPU, you got to buy a whole nother sled, which basically costs as much as a computer does. So in my opinion, the 1.1 through the 3.1 was the better design. It was more easily upgradable, especially on the CPU front. So there really is no distinguishing marks between the 1.1 and the 3.1. They all basically look the same. The only one where you can tell a 3.1 is that the top RAM sled or card is upside down in the 3.1, and in the 1.1 and 2.1 they're all facing up. So that's that machine. I'm going to give it away. I'm going to give it to my church, and they will get used to it. They're going to use it for streaming and all that kind of stuff. So the one I'm still using is a 2.1. It also has it's an 8 cores. It's a 2.66 gigahertz 8 core, two quad core CPUs in there, 16 gigs of RAM. It's got a 5770 in it. And I often will, when I use that machine, and my wife's not using it, I will use it for scientific computing. I like doing BOINC, and in the wintertime, I use it to heat the room. So I run BOINC on it all day, and I don't have to turn the heater on, and it just runs. And I will usually take out another GPU from another one of these machines, slam it in there, and have 2 dual GPUs going on, and with the 8 cores, and it'll do BOINC. And but the summertime, it's just too hot for that, man. I don't want my room getting hot. I don't have air conditioning in this house. So, I live up north. I don't have AC, so I want to keep it cool. I only have a fan in here. The other beast mode machine is in this room too. So, that's what it does. That's its main purpose. I'm going to hold on to that machine for a while. It was actually, it's for whatever reason, I've done another video about this computer. I've put a lot of sweat and blood into this computer. And yeah, so it has a special place in my heart just because I put so much work into it. So whatever I do, I'm going to hold on to that. So this one is also a 2.1. In the middle there, it's also a 2.1. It's basically exactly identical. It's got a little bit less RAM. It's only got 8 gigs in it. It's also got a 5770. It's running 11.6. Mac OS 11.6. And it's my backup. If anything ever happens to this one, it's spare parts. It's all that kind of stuff. You know, I will also use it for scientific computing. We're hoping to get a bigger house sometime soon, and I will probably slam whatever ones I got left, whatever Mac Pros I got left in the basement, and just let them run blank all day long and keep that basement nice and warm and toasty. So yeah, that's the plan for that. It's the same exact specs as the other one, no difference whatsoever. Yeah. So moving on, this is a 1.1. So I keep the 1.1 around for running like legacy products, legacy software. So this one has like Final Cut 7 on it. It's got Logic Pro 9. I can still run PowerPC based software on the 1.1. So I will hold on to this one. I'm not letting this one go because it runs all the old good Apple software from the old days. So it's running 10.6.8. It's also got a Lion. It's got two HDDs in it. It's got a Lion OS in it. It's got Snow Leopard in it. And it's actually the one that I used to hack 11.6 onto the other machines. So these two previous machines actually they're basically Hackintoshes, by the way. They're basically Hackintoshes, and because they're not technically supposed to be able to run 11.6. So Apple, in their grandiose courage, decided to artificially cripple the 1.1 and 2.1 for no reason whatsoever. I mean, no reason. They just up and decided, hey, we're going to cripple this machine. Nobody's going to be able to use it anymore. Boom. Now, they did have the reasons. The big reason they did cripple it was the GPU no longer was supported by the newer OSs. But obviously, you could just say, okay, look, especially after Lion, when they started allowing you to put whatever GPU you wanted in your machine, they can say, okay, look, upgrade to one of these GPUs and you can start using the newer OSs. But they never did that. And for a long time, these machines were crippled from until people decided to learn how to hack them. They were crippled artificially. You could not run any newer software, but there's a lot of really smart people out there who figured out how to put the newer OSs on this machine. So now, like I said, all of these machines are technically not supported by Apple anymore. And actually, they are not artificially not supported by 10.12 as OS Sierra because the CPUs actually do not support a power saving function that Apple has deemed necessary for the new OS. So fair enough with that. I get it. These are 10-year-old machines now. All of them are 10 years old. The 1.1 came out in 2006. The 2.1 came out in 2007, and the 3.1 came out in 2008. So these are really old machines, but they're still beastly. They are still really, really good machines. They're still scoring like 9,000 in Geekbench. They're just as fast as something like an 8350, which is a much newer CPU. So keep that in mind that, you know, a lot of gamers are using an AMD 8350 in their machine, and these machines are just as fast, if not faster, than those machines. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so here we go into Power Mac land right here. This is what I call Power Mac land. So what are these machines still useful for? I would say if you have a Power Mac and you're doing audio creation, and you've got some older software that you really like Logic or Avid or Pro Tools or something like that you don't feel like upgrading, these machines are still suitable for that. These machines will kill audio production just fine. They will still run your plugins. If you got some old plugins and you don't feel like upgrading them, it's not a problem. You can run a really good audio creation software on a Power Mac. Video creation, no. Don't do that. So this is a Power Mac 11.2. It's got the dual CPUs. It's got the dual PowerPC CPUs, 2.0 gigahertz. It's got like a 250 gigabyte hard drive in it or something like that. What else? It's got, I think like a 6800 NVIDIA GPU in it. It will still play YouTube. You can still browse the web. They've got some PowerPC Firefox builds out there that you can still use. And the same is true for the Quicksilver. The PowerPC G4. This is a single CPU machine, but it can still browse the web, no problem. Still watch videos on YouTube. It can still do audio, music. not a bad machine. Not a bad machine at all. It still looks fantastic. I love this machine just because of how it looks. It is just a really fantastic machine. I'll never get rid of that machine. I just love the way its appearance. I love the design of it. It's something out of the space age. It just looks fantastic. So, are these machines still good in 2017? Are these machines worth a damn? Yeah, I think so. I think 10.11 will be supported for some time. You're not going to have any problem finding software for 10.11 OS, Mac OS. So for at least another 5 years, you know. And yeah, I mean, you can put any GPU you want in the 1.1 through the 3.1. They're still heavily upgraded, upgradable. And you can find these machines on Craigslist for basically $200, $300. Even sometimes as low, you can maybe find a broken one for $100 and try to fix it yourself. So yeah, they're good machines. I would buy one. I think they're great. They still look fantastic. So what's the problem? No problem at all. So thanks for watching. I'll make some other update videos. This is kind of my thing that I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to make some update videos. So thanks for watching. So like, do all that cool stuff. Thanks. Bye.